we're back with Jimmy Jean-Louis, who is just so funny off camera. He is so hysterical and just such a really nice man. Like, it's one thing to see a guy who's really just attractive and sexy, but then to really get to meet him and see that he's just a really nice person, it's really, really cool. So,
Well,
why don't you tell us a little bit of your history? Earlier we were talking about where you're from.
yeah.
So please tell my audience where you're from and,
Haiti.
All right.
Haiti, yeah. Born in Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
but I grew up in Paris, and then I lived in Spain for a few years, then Italy, South Africa, England, and in between a lot of traveling. But yeah, I'm definitely Haitian, and I've been here for about 9 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So now tell us a little bit about growing up. You were telling me earlier about one of the reasons he was saying he's, kind of humble, and the reason why you have to be humble is the way you grew up.
Yeah. I mean, being from Haiti, especially for me, I grew up with pretty much no electricity and no clothes on. So that means no TV, no fridge, no stereo. So everything that we wanted to play with, we had to come up with it as a
Wow.
kid,
Okay.
which is great because
Right.
it makes you
Your
use your imagination.
Exactly.
So for me, to have started like that and to find myself here in Hollywood,
Right.
and in between I went to Paris and then Spain and then Italy and then South Africa and then England and then India and then Brazil, all those places,
Wow.
that put layer of experiences in my life to make me realize that, life is just what it is, and we're all the same, really.
Right,
We
right.
might do different jobs, have different titles, but deep inside we're all the same. So yes, I mean now, yes, I'm enjoying the little bit of success that I'm having, but at the same time, it could disappear tomorrow, and it
Wow.
wouldn't bother me, because I know what it is not to have. So that's why, whatever I have now, I really understand it,
Wow.
and I try not to take anything for granted.
Now, when you traveled, was there a reason why you traveled to all of these places?
Well, first, when I moved from Paris, from Haiti to Paris, it was because I was forced to go. My mom went there, and I'll tell you quickly how my mom went. She was working for white French family in Haiti, and she was a maid.
Okay.
So when the family went to France, they pretty much took her with them.
Wow.
And she was able to work there, and a few years later she was able to get a ticket for my sister. A few years later, a ticket for me. Another couple of years for my brother and for my dad. So that's how we all ended up in Paris.
Okay.
But Paris was a struggle, at first. I
Okay.
mean, it's Paris is a mess for brothers and sisters. Paris is a mess for brothers and sisters.
Really?
It's very, very difficult. We don't know it here. We don't understand, but it's very hard. You don't have any backup. You don't have any community, any black community
Right.
in Paris at all, or in France in general.
Okay.
So I struggled there. I found myself in situations where I ended up being homeless. Where I had to squat apartments or houses,
Wow.
meaning by that, going to empty places and try to sleep there for the night or week or month. And sometimes, I go back to those places at night, and then the door would be locked.
Wow.
Because the owner
Right.
realized that somebody
Somebody
was
was
squatting,
there, right.
and then you find yourself outside,
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning, freezing cold. It's
Right.
like, what you gonna do?
Mm.
That's the real test of life,
Right.
and you can't just kill yourself. You have
Yeah.
to find ways to go through it.
And so then you went to Italy. Like, how did you get to this path of acting? Like, how did, take us, with you? How did you
Well, struggling in Paris was good for me because it forced me to actually acquiring some skills.
Right.
First of all, to be a hustler.
Exactly.
First
A
of
real
all,
hustler,
yeah, to
you
be a
see?
hustler, all right? But at the same time, I was able to get myself in situations and positions where, I find myself in amongst some riches and famous in clubs. Of course, I didn't have anything. They didn't know I didn't have anything.
Right.
But we were at the same place at the same time. So I learned from those little experiences, and then I started to dance, and that's when I went to Barcelona, and I joined a musical theater there in Barcelona. So I worked there for about 3 years, every night, 2 hour show, and that was great. That was a great experience.
Yes,
you know,
it sounds like it.
yeah,
Very sexy.
yeah. That was the first time that I was really doing something with my life. I thought to myself anyway. I was making a little bit of money, you know, I had a good situation. But at the same time, after a couple of years, I had enough, you know. I was like, okay, let's look for something else.
Okay.
I packed my bags again and went to Italy. And there I started to model. And yeah.
This is so great. Like, I mean, I'm really glad we're getting this perspective because, you know, there's a lot of men who would have this desire to go out and to search and to try to find something. But what was it that just, you know, if you can give them some advice on to just go, like your spirit, was it just your spirit that you just wanted to do it and you just went? You didn't care about money or?
No, never care about money. Money doesn't really mean that much, you know. Let's not be fooled here.
Okay.
No, you know, if you want to do something, you do it. You just go there and then you find the solutions most of the time. And the worst that can happen to you is, you know, you might have a bad experience and you come back home.
Wow.
But go out there, you know, go and experience. I mean, it's a big world and it belongs to everybody. You know, it belongs to everybody. If you want to go to England, go to England. If you want to go to Brazil, go to Brazil. Try it out. Try to know what's going on over there. You know, try to get the culture, the language, the people. And at the same time, what it does is it opens up your mind so you can accept and understand different people. And of course, talking about relationship, it helps as well to fully understand the other side. You know, the more you open with things and with people, the more you're able to have some kind of understanding with the communication.
I'm really going to love this episode. And we're going to talk more openly and all this good stuff. We're going to get him out of this jacket because you need to be more open.
Yeah, actually it's getting hot in here, so.
You know how I got to get girls. We got to get sexy and hot up in here in a few minutes. No, we're going to keep it serious, but no, I want you to definitely be comfortable. So when we come back, we're going to have more with Jimmy Jean-Louis.
All right.
Oh my God, ladies, we are back. We're having such a great time, and as I look out for you girls. I had to take the jacket off. Isn't this much better? Isn't this much more comfortable? We can see
indeed. Yeah.
all of it now. Okay, ladies, I know you love me anyway. So, you know, could you get back to, you know, I want to go back to what you were saying, you know, the fear of just wanting to get out there and not wanting to. Just get back to that. I really want my brothers to really hear this, and sisters too, but really I think this is really important, and one of the main reasons I do this show is because of the male perspective is so important. And I really want you to talk to them right now.
It's just that, you know, most of the time, you know, people think that they can't do certain things, and unfortunately they get stuck up in the little square, which is something that doesn't exist, and it's not really difficult to just get out there and experience different things in life. It's not difficult to get out of your city, get out of the country, see what's going on out there, you know. How are the ladies or the men on the other side of the continent? You know.
Is there tips you can give them? Like, should they, when they, you know, I know a lot of brothers, like, it's so easy to say that when you don't have any money, but, you know, this is someone who's telling you that he didn't have any money and you got to these places. So how did you, you know, was it that you...
And when I say I didn't have any money, I mean I didn't have any money. Nothing at all. Here I see people that they have so much, but yet they don't believe they have anything. I just don't get it. I don't get it. They have everything necessary, but they're still complaining about the smallest things. And yeah, of course, you cannot just pack up your bags at any time of your life either, you know. You have to time it well, you know. If you're a youngster and you have a little bit of time, you know, just pack your bags and see what's going on out there.
And because you have time to, if you messed up or whatever, you have time, you know, to correct it.
Exactly. Or in the other side, if you're already well established, you know, and you're feeling like, you know, change of life, you know, take some risk, you know, you can do that as well. Because if anything, you're mature enough to come back to what you used to do. You know, you can always come back to it.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
And also, I think if you're, you know, in your 30s and you've been living your life the same way, over and over again, you're just tired and you want a new life,
Yeah.
you can go and do it too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And sometimes it's not just go and forget about everything that you've done in your life. It's just take little moments. A week here, a weekend there. That will help you. Coming back to that routine if you are in a routine. So yeah, I think it's very important to get out of what you used to. Get out of the known. Go to the unknown.
Right.
The things that you don't know. That's where you're actually going to learn something about life and about yourself.
Now, how has this helped? I'm sure this has helped. In your relationships. Just being so well traveled and really learning other people.
Yeah.
How has it helped you in your relationships?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm very, very open and very, very direct with first of all, I'm married now.
Okay.
So I'm done. I'm not running around like I used to.
Right.
And I
How long
used
have
to
you been
run
married?
around. It's been almost 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. I
All
also
right.
have 2 kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, we learned a lot.
Yeah.
So tell us how that, how did that bring, what kind of husband and what kind of, father are you? Like you said, you're very open.
Yeah. Well, I'm there first of all for them, meaning by that my wife and the kids. And I'm very open in the sense that, if there is something that needs to be said, we just say it. I'm all about communication, because with communication, there's no problem.
So communication is the key. It's like there's no problem.
Oh yeah, there's no problems at all. Never ever there is problems if there is communication. It's not just for relationship, it's for everything in life. Sometimes we go to war because of a lack of communication. So it's the same thing. Take it home and try to communicate. I mean, I communicate with my wife, with the kids, whatever we need to say, we just say it out there and we try to understand. Of course, we are different from another. She's a lady, I'm a man,
Right.
Her needs are different to mine.
Right.
And her emotions and her feelings, everything. So I have to sort of try to understand where she's coming from. So we find the middle ground somehow.
Okay.
And sometimes I might not agree with what she thinks or what she does, but you just have to accept it, because that's what I'm in. And at this point I'm in for maybe for life, because we have kids, we have everything that's involved, and it's very important for the kids to have both parents, because obviously that brings perfect balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Now when you were courting your wife, of course before you were married you were like the bachelor.
No, I was a dog.
Really? You were a dog?
Just kidding. No, I traveled around, okay?
Yeah,
Shoot, I lived in so many places, I've experienced the different flavors, which is normal.
And is that good? Is that good advice, to try different flavors?
I think it's good to experience, see what you like. It's like everything in life. If you don't have choices, if you don't make choices for yourself, how do you know that this one is better than the other one? So you sort of have to go there and try it and see if it's what you like or if it's or not.
Okay.
And don't follow what society tells you to do, because one thing that we tend to do is just follow what society tells us to do. Be yourself.
I love that.
Just be yourself.
I always say that too with marriage. Society has this whole image of what marriage is supposed to be, and I think that's why the divorce rate is going like up and going crazy, because people are getting married with these ideas. They don't really. Marriage should be what the two people decide it's going to be for themselves, and not what society has to say. So I mean, have you, what kind of do you and your wife think outside the box as far as your marriage?
Well, I try not to look at the box in general. I mean, I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I just go with my own feelings, what I believe is right for me, what I believe is right for the family as a unit. That's what I do. And
are you encouraging your kids to get into entertainment or
whatever
they want to do?
They do whatever they want,
Okay.
No, they'll do whatever they want. I'm not gonna push them to do anything at all.
So now, how is it like when you were in Fat Girls?
Yeah.
Now I know you got a whole nother audience, a whole nother fan base.
Yeah.
How have you been dealing with that? How has that been?
Greatly. I mean, first of all, I think it's a great project. It was a great movie with a great message, and
It's a really good message.
yeah,
You know?
and I think the ladies, especially the ladies, responded really well to that because they needed it. They needed to know that they also can be loved.
Right.
And yes, you are beautiful. We're all beautiful. So we just have to understand that and accept it. Sometimes we don't feel like we are, and if another voice whether from above or from the screen tells you that you are beautiful, you tend to be a bit more confident.
Right.
So yes, I've had a lot of emails and people.
What are they saying? Give us some.
First of all, thank you for making me feel so good, and I mean, so some of the emails are very, very touching, and some of them, and sometimes when I see them, they come and give me big hugs, and which is something I love doing, giving hugs, which is very important, by the way. Hugs, very important.
Okay, tell us why they're very important.
Well, because automatically it puts you in a spiritual relationship with the person that you're with. There's you touching, you feeling. That's what life is about. Those normal senses and feelings and emotions.
Okay.
And sometimes we are a bit too rigid with it. It's like, hello, how are you?
Right. Yeah, there was a guy, I don't know if you ever saw this guy who was, I think I saw it on Oprah Winfrey Show, and I think it was like on YouTube or something, where this guy was just giving out free hugs.
Oh, really?
And it became like this whole campaign nationwide. It was just people giving each other hugs.
Oh, really?
And it was making people feel better, like some people were having really bad days, and this person just gave them a hug, and it was a stranger, and it really made a difference. And so it's funny that you say that. They had this whole campaign.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, especially if you do it amongst friends, and people you meet, and don't be scared.
Right. And men
Just
can
because
give
you don't know
other
that,
men hugs.
of course, why not?
Being a big,
Why not? You go to different countries or different cultures, men kiss each other, just to say, hey, look, that's just what it is. I mean, it's just because it's different. It doesn't mean it's bad or it's good. That's just how they are. That's who they are, So that's why traveling is very important. So it sort of forces you to accept the differences.
In people and in human.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it also, this is just getting back to the sexiness. It also, you know 5 different languages.
Yeah.
And that takes his sexy meter way up.
All right.
Okay, so you have to say something right now to, your hometown right now. Say something to your homeland.
My
right now.
hometown. Okay.
Yeah, your homeland. For all my Caribbean audience out there, I know you girls and you guys are like, yes, finally about time. He's representing you guys lovely. So
okay.
say
So
something, to your
donc
people.
pour tout frères et sœurs haïtiens qui regardent mieux, me remercier support yo. Tous les Français et les Français qui regardent, merci beaucoup. Je continue à pousser encore. Para todos que hablan español he vivido en España para como 3 años. Gracias para todo y soy aquí para vosotros.
Okay. Now, I don't know what he said, but wow. What did you say?
Just a few thank yous.
Nice.
To everybody in different languages.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thank you. And we'll be right back. So we're back with a hero. Let's talk about heroes. What's going on? How did you get over there? And tell us a little bit about your character and your special,
special power. Yeah. I play the Haitian, which is a great role to play.
Okay.
And he can erase people's memories, and also he can stop the other heroes from using their power. So he's very, very powerful.
Really?
He might be one of the most powerful character in the show.
Wow.
So,
how did you get that part?
It was once again another fight. First of all, I auditioned for the role of DL, which is another character from the show.
Okay.
And I did maybe three sessions, with the producers and everybody. Didn't get the job. And then a few weeks later, they gave me the part of the Haitian.
Wow.
And now it's just a different thing for me as an actor because it opened up so many doors.
I bet.
Because Heroes is a big deal.
Big show.
Not just here in America, but all over the
Everywhere.
world.
Sci-fi is a big, big genre.
Yeah, because sometimes I go to do conventions, outside the country, whether it's England, France, or other countries, and you have fanatics.
Yep. Big
fanatics waiting for hours in huge lines just to get a picture and some signatures. I mean, which is nice.
Sci-fi is a big genre. I used to work at Sci-Fi.
Oh, really? Okay, so you understand that. You understand.
For 8 years, and trust me, I know all about the fan base and all about the conventions. It's huge. Yeah,
so it's good to have such a fan base because now, it's a question of me and what do I want to do in the future with what I have now. So, try to do the right moves to get to the place where I believe I can get to.
Okay.
And what is that place? I'm not sure yet about it, but let me put it like that. Okay. I've always been inspired by Sidney Poitier.
Okay. What a beautiful inspiration.
For so many reasons.
And you saw him actually last night, right?
Yeah, I saw him last night.
Really great party last night.
Yeah. The Great Debaters, which is a great movie, directed by Denzel Washington.
Yes.
But yes, Sidney Poitier has always been my inspiration because when I first got here, everybody used to say, "Oh, the agents, managers, no, you never work. You're so different, and you're not American." And in my mind, I kept saying, "But Sidney Poitier was an American. Sidney Poitier came with something different at a time when things were so hard for the brothers. So if he
can do it,
back then, I can certainly do it now."
Exactly.
So where am I going with that? I don't know. I'm just giving it the best shot possible to see how far I can go. Obviously, I believe I can bring something different on the table.
That's the part that kills me about Hollywood is why don't they think we want to see something different? Something sexier. I mean, you're bringing something to the table that is
Don't forget about what I told you earlier on. The unknown scares.
And the other thing is you're opening the doors for a lot of others.
Exactly. Each person does a job for thousands of other ones. The same way Sidney Poitier did it for a lot of other ones. Right now, you probably have Jaman Hongsu that's doing it for a lot of other ones. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Denzel did it for a lot of people. So, each of us that get there, work not just for himself, but for the whole community.
I love this guy. He's so great.
So so
I love you. It's just so cool. We have to I'm really getting tired of all of these great guys being married and having kids. We have to get us a machine, ladies. Let's rally together and get us a cloning machine and start just popping you guys in.
If you're gonna clone, please, you can do me. But another one that you're probably gonna have to do is Obama.
Oh man, let's not even start with Obama.
No.
Oh man, we gotta click the button to get broke.
No.
We'll be like.
the man is probably who we need. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So that's why I encourage everybody, not just brothers and sisters. It's not a race thing. The guy is just the right guy. He's so smart. He comes with new ideas and he's just real. He's just real. I went to see him the other night and just.
He blew you away.
Yeah, completely. Wow. Completely. He's just being honest. He's just being a human being. So, of course, he's new in the game, but hey, maybe we do need something new before we get corrupt.
It seems like every time we get something It seems like every time we get something new, it's really, really good. It works in our favor.
No. I mean, on the real, no. Definitely, it's probably the guy that we've been waiting for. And it's very important for us, especially us, to get together and pushing all the way. Can you imagine what it would mean for us as people, not just here but all over the world? Because the president of America is the president of the world. Essentially important, very important. Let's make that dream happen all together, one by one. Let's unite.
Well, we're gonna start some other dreams when we come back. We're gonna get our fantasies and our women's dreams out about how sexy he is. We're gonna do the hot box when we come back. We're gonna have some fun with this guy. He's so, isn't he just great? I know.
The hot box. What the heck is that?
When we come back.
All right.
Ladies, so we're back, and gentlemen, we're back, and we have the hot box, the infamous hot box. And what it is there's objects that are inside. I don't know what's inside. You don't know what's inside. And we go in, and when you pull it out, the first thing that comes to your mind, you talk
just
about
say
it. Just say it.
Okay.
But what I like about you is that you have different languages. So can you identify it with a different language? So say one language.
The first word that comes in my mouth, that's what I will say.
And then translate it for us.
Okay.
I'm loving
it. Might be English though if you.
Hey, whatever. But I just want to hear some other languages too because it's just so hot.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so you go in first. Don't look in. Just go in.
I have to close my eyes?
No, you don't have to close your eyes, but you just can't look in.
I'll do it anyway. Ooh, something very fancy here.
Okay. So you can open it now.
Wow.
So what's the first thing that comes to your mind? First, identify it for us in a different language. In Italy, what would they call this?
In Italy, how do they call that?
Or a different place.
No, first of all, what would come in my mind? It's nutty.
It's nutty.
This is being really nutty. If a girl's come with that, you know exactly what she's up to, and you know what to do. Nutty. Okay?
So say nutty in another language. I want to hear it in another language.
In French, in petite provocatrice.
Ooh, what did you say?
Provocatrice. Une allumeuse.
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice.
Une allumeuse.
The
That's nice, by the way.
This is very nice.
No,
that's what I was
nice.
going to say. This is a nice piece of fashion.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm going to go back in.
Oh. I thought it was Port Jartel, but it's not. It's even nuttier than that.
Mm-hmm.
So based on the picture,
yeah.
No, I'm looking at that hole here.
Crotchless. So
I don't know how they call that, but all that is very beautiful. But when you get to that opening here, that's when some men will go bananas. I think. So yeah, that's a good tool.
Oh, would you ever buy this for someone, or what would you think about like sometimes with these kind of things, if a woman was to wear this, I guess it depends on the relationship.
Yeah.
If a woman was to wear this, I mean, what would you think of her? Would you think that she's just sexually in tune, or would you think she's a naughty girl, or
Well,
I guess it depends on the relationship.
It all depends. It depends on the rapport that they have with each other. I think it's sexy. It could be very elegant as well. It all depends on how the person carries it. What they do with it. You can have the tools, but it depends on how you play with it.
Right.
So I think that's very beautiful, very nice.
See, we got some interesting stuff in this box this time.
So that's the black box, right? My goodness. Can I have one of those?
Yes, exactly. Let's see. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna go back in the box again. This is a toy.
So
is it a sucker or is it just a?
Because that's a good representation of a brother.
No.
Sorry to be. I don't know.
Brother's like, yeah, man. High
Something is wrong there. It was done by who? Ching Chong Lee? Okay, alright, it makes sense then.
That is so bad. That is so horrible. But yeah, this is a bad representation of women. It's toys for women. What comes to my mind is bachelorette parties. You have stuff like this and you just play with it. But that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Okay. So this is, this is the hot box, and we always like to go in and just kind of keep it fun. And I like that you said, can you get a hot box for your own? And I think, what do you think about bringing this kind of a thing into, relationships? It's fun, right?
It's fun, Once again, you guys have to be on the same page. One cannot push it on the other one if the other one doesn't agree.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll have conflict, and meaning by that, you're gonna destroy a relationship. So it has to be some kind of understanding. If you're both into it, then great, go for it. It's full of toys out there.
Right.
So
I like that. It's, that goes with everything. Don't push something on another.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
another person.
Yeah, you can try it, see how it goes. If
Right.
it works, you continue. If it doesn't work, you're gonna have to back off a little bit.
Okay. Now I always give at the end of my show. I always give my guests a chance to tell anyone out there something, some kind of advice. Is there anything you want to tell either a woman, or a man, or a couple, or kids? Any advice on love, sex, or relationship from you to them? Is there anything that you would like to say?
I'm actually very bad at that, but the only thing that I can think of is just, if you're gonna give your heart, give it fully. Don't make any restriction, and just follow it.
If you're going to give your heart, give it fully. So go into that. What do you, that's really good. Like, go into that. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, just be real with yourself, and pretty much listen to yourself. If your spirit, your spirit, your heart tells you to go there, go there. And if you truly believe in it, just stick to it. I mean, it's full of distractions out there. Don't get me wrong, But at the same time, keep it real, because when you do that, it's better for longevity. Because don't get distracted. I can look here and there, but at the same time, know where the focus is. So just keep it real for yourself, and try not to go crazy out there. It's a crazy world right now. It's a crazy world. It's very hard to be straight. But it is possible. It is possible.
I love that. All right, can you say goodbye to my audience in all 5 languages?
Oh,
I know one. Au revoir. And ciao.
It's been a pleasure, okay? Bye-bye, au revoir, ciao, hasta luego, nakuepita. Bye-bye.
Turn on.
Hi, everybody. This is Jimmy Jean-Louis, hanging out with my girl here, Charlotte, on the turn on. Hi everybody, this is Jimmy Jean-Louis, and I'm here with my girl, my main girl, Charlotte, on the turn on. Yeah.